The Catholic Nurse Coach channel, where I will show you how to balance work and home life and everything in between. My name is Nicole Haugen, and let's get started. So, today we're going to be talking about when you have your first baby and you're going to go out for the first time. Maybe the first time you're leaving your baby is when you're going back to work, and I have another video on that. But let's just talk about when you go out on a date for the first time with your husband and you feel all the nervousness and it's horrible and you go through all the things. Okay. So we're going to first pick out the facts. So the facts are you're going to leave your 10-month-old with your grandparents for 3 hours, and your husband and you are going to go out to eat. So you have the thought, I'm abandoning my child. And that comes up in a different way, right? Like our brain doesn't directly tell us that, but that is what it's telling us underneath. And so we think, oh my gosh, like I've never left them for this long. What if something happens? What if I can't get back in time? Right. And like we just start spiraling and it feels so panicky in our body. We just feel fear. And we have the actions of you think about how you can cancel going out with your husband. You run through every worst case scenario. You have all the horrible feelings when you run through the worst case scenario. And you talk to your husband in a panic, freaked out way, and you focus on scrolling on your phone or maybe cleaning a kitchen cupboard because that feeling of fear and panic feels so horrible that you want to do anything else except sit in that moment. Or you'll just torture yourself by thinking of the worst case scenarios and sitting more in the fear and panic. And your result is you're abandoning your child right now because you're not being fully present when you show up in this way. So I want you to just sit with the feeling of fear or panic for a moment. And I want you to just feel where it's at in your body. Oh, like it's vibrations all over. It feels like the fight or flight or freeze response, right? Like you were just worked up. So I want you to allow that feeling in your body. Describe it. Where is it at? What color is it? Is it hot or cold? Does it radiate to any place else in your body? And as it fades away, then I want you to come back again and look at the circumstance. So let's pick out the facts. Okay, your 10-month-old is going to stay with your grandparents or with your parents, okay, with his grandparents, and maybe 3 hours total. Okay, maybe you can even put in there, we are going to be 20 miles away. And my husband and I are just going to go out to eat. And I want you to practice the thought, I'm learning. Okay, you can add more in there, but really, I'm learning. I'm learning to be present with my husband again. I'm learning how to be a great mom. We can't, well, we can be a good mom, but it is more difficult when we put ourselves aside. Just like the circumstance of if an airplane's going down, you're supposed to put your air mask on you first and then help the person next to you. I have found that to be very true with being a mother for so many years, probably the first 8 to 10 years of our marriage. We had about 6 kids around there. So we had 6 kids in about 8.5 years. And my husband and I rarely went on a date. We probably went on a date 3 times when it was just him and I by ourselves. And that didn't serve us. We struggled a lot through that. We did not make our marriage a priority. And now we're having to backtrack a little bit. And we've been meeting with our priest through some of our marriage struggles, and he's encouraged us to go on a date once a week. And that is just, whew, that's hard. That is, you really have to focus. A week goes by so fast, but it's really been beneficial. So maybe you aren't going to go out once a week, but maybe you say, hey, every Thursday night, my husband and I, like, we reconnect. We have a discussion, or we play a board game or something you can do in your house. So you don't have to go out and hire a babysitter. It's not expensive. But we're just going to reconnect. We're going to take time for ourselves. And when you think I'm learning, right? I'm learning these new processes. I'm a new mom. I'm learning everything basically again, or learning it for the first time. And when I think I'm learning, that makes me feel calm. Maybe I'm not like at peace with it and super excited about it, but I do feel calm. It helps deflate those vibrations that are happening in my body from the fear and panic. And then I'm able to stop that spiral of everything that'll go wrong. I can pray about it. I ask for help from my husband and I come to him in a calm way and say, you know what, honey, I'm having a really hard time with this. I'm super anxious about it. And I know most of these things are unreasonable, but this is what my brain is giving me. Can you please help me through it? It'd really be helpful if you pack the diaper bag for me. It'd really be helpful, maybe if it's his parents that are watching the kid, maybe to say, hey, like, it would really be helpful to me if you like talk to your parents and that they just like send us a picture or a text message every 30 to 20 minutes saying, hey, everything's good. Okay, that would really help me. It's not going to be every time, but just for this time. Okay, and then you'll continue to remind your brain that, hey, remember, I'm learning. You're going to gather all this evidence to say this worked well this time. Maybe I won't do this that the next time because, okay, maybe every 20 minutes of a message was a bit overkill. Okay, but you will ask the grandparents for help. And you're going to have that time then to focus on your husband when you're at the restaurant because you're not worried because you've put down these other rules in place. You have this way to tell your brain, hey, it's okay. Remember, I'm learning. All right, you're going to start to get ready for your night out, and it's going to be a good time. And then once you get back home, you're going to realize, oh, hey, like that wasn't so horrible. I can do that again. Right? So your result is you'll find all the ways that you are learning. So if this was helpful to you, go to catholicnursecoach.com and I do one-on-one coaching, or I'm now going to start a group coaching for women. So I invite you to check that out and join as well. catholicnursecoach.com, and I'm praying for you, and let's go change our world.